commonly known as no real name, just doctor. And then Roz and Calpyro just instantly become and so I tried to bunch of other ones. I'm just working at a nursery. I worked there for about 5 years.
What nursery?
Santa Lucia. It's not very important.
Yeah, I've heard her talk about him before, like very lightly. She like hardly ever talks about him.
No, when I was working with her.
It's like taking so long. Why do you need to work? We're gonna make some road trips. We should do some like going out home. We tried to work and we ended up.
Random, it's funny.
It's not horrible.
So like in school in the classroom?
Yeah, we have like a station that you can buy and you slide it down and it's just right there.
No, I just had I copied my entire
Just use like, is it just basically computers? And how much are they?
We went to Big Bob for night.
My ad. December so cool.
Ez 4 négyzetkilométer legyen. De nagyon nagy. Hátlap alatt.
Du hörst auf unsere Bitten und schaust auf alle Menschen, geringe und mächtige. Du sorgst für uns, erhältst unser Leben.
the shop library comes up.
$75. Were you able to get it all in your view? Me either.
Don't try to make me sound like a bad guy. I know. Watch it this
Oh, snap! See these? Next time you're gonna have hamburger meat. Take that thing.
Decades and they're the same price as ours. And
Oh.
it's so much more comfortable.
No.
It's more posture foundation. So they have like an arch
Now you take it.
You like it? Something's coming back. Maybe you could put it
Okay, now let's
Don't point!
Am rechten Ufer werden die Hochbauten der Müllverbrennungsanlage Spittelau sichtbar.
The painter and architect, Freedom's like Hundertwasser, gave it a major makeover, adding decorative elements including of his vision of the livable city.
En la orilla derecha se pueden apreciar las viviendas. Fueron transformados en elementos decorativos muchos años después por el pintor y arquitecto Israel Hundertwasser. Según sus prisas de volver la ciudad más allá.
Sonst nur Bester, das Korrigieren von Genau. Es sollte mit seiner Interesse
That's really cute. It's your turn. Oh, I didn't hear it. No, I didn't know. No, just that one.
I would like to say a few words about the Danube Canal, which we are sailing up at the moment. The Danube Canal is an old branch of the Danube. Its
skipped that hand. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did.
I did double.
I'm done with all of the insects. Like my room is like a spider.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I can close in and just get your head. I'll make it. Oh, yeah.
Hi there.
There's going to be a bathroom.
Let me just plug this in.
Jamie. It says mineral water. It's just not fun. It's time to head back to the bus.
Get that out of there, please.
Oh, it does spin though.
But that was fine.
Yeah, come on.
Like, whoa.
Can you guys stand in this
Close
one?
up.
Do you want to stand in this one too?
Whoa!
They could have come.
Going out. It's called Zoom, bud. I didn't hear it. Just get so we don't have to get that call.
Take a picture here. Thank you. I don't know if that took or not.
Can you take another one?
Yeah, your hand's like this. Okay, I'm taking another one. Okay.
Coffin. A recyclable coffin. Yeah, because it's cheaper. It's actually we call it saving coffins here because they were used in order to save money. You read, every human being finally becomes dust. So why should marble hall, that one here. Then we are going to walk across the balcony into the library on the other side. The library will be the end of the guided tour, but you are still going to see the church. About the material used in here. Only the door frames and the small round tables were made of real stone. The rest here is so-called stucco marble, which is a combination of 20 centimeters, which is about 5 feet high. the end of the tour, the guided tour at least, but already printed books. The oldest ones date from about 1480 in here. The newer ones still from about 1730. So there are 4 golden statues, 2 on each side of the room, beside the doors, symbolizing the themes in the books, the subjects. Like there, to the left, you can see a statue holding a balance for jurisprudence, law. To the right, you can see a serpent for medicine, about 10,000 real books. So then I would like to mention something here, which is quite interesting, especially for you from California. This is a globe dating from about 1619. You see how they illustrated North America, the West Coast. They believe that it was an island. Churches in Austria at least, in Central Europe probably. Okay, thanks for your interest.
Next time.
Amber, I have your face here.
This monster is magic, and that's how I can see myself.
thrown off into the rock quarry and so on, which is about, I think, 80 feet down, okay? Is over in this area, over here. And Rebecca's going to see about the film and so on. So if you just want to kind of stay in this area here. Why don't we walk down here? Walk down.
This would be something like what I would expect.
You'll see an area up there where they have mass graves, memorial up there, thousands and thousands. These samples, liberated by the Americans who came in 1945 and discovered all of this. Nobody knew this was here. We suspected it was here, but then the American soldiers came in and they were just overwhelmed.
People were walking down.
generation that is emerging into adulthood has been brought up in the old spirit of obedience and discipline. Within a matter of years, these young people will be swearing allegiance to a Führer who regards racial laws as the driving force behind history.
The racial issue is not just the key to the history of the world, but to human civilization as a whole.
Even before the First World War, Austria's political parties, first and foremost the German nationalists and the Christian socialists, had espoused anti-Semitism, which had evolved out of long-standing religious prejudices. The Third Reich set about branding Jews, and later exterminating them. 1933, Germany's fledgling democracy is abolished.
To start climbing up the steps. There were about 200 of them. They started climbing, but of course they were exhausted because they hardly got anything to eat. When they got part of the way up, one of them stumbled and fell backwards, knocking down all the others behind him. You can't imagine how it looked. The people and the stones came thundering down the steps like an avalanche. You have to have seen it with your own eyes to believe it. Nobody in his right mind would think it was possible.
Jahre 1942 habe ich diese
I first set foot on these steps in the year 1942. The weather was as fine as it is today, but how different it was then. We were hounded everywhere all day long, and then again later in the evening we were hounded back into the camp by the SS guards, who beat us. The worst time was the morning. The weaker prisoners sometimes stumbled and dragged the others down with them, while the SS men laughed.
Die SS-Leute haben immer darüber gelacht.
These clips are witnesses of the barbarity of the SS people. I was working down here when we were suddenly ordered that we should move away.
Auf einmal hat man gemeldet, dass wir weglaufen müssen.
Up at the top, we saw prisoners, a row of Jews, one behind the other, and the Jew at the back was forced to push the one in front off the cliff. They all fell head first, and if they didn't die of the fall, they fell into the water and were drowned.
Sind sie ins Wasser gefallen und sind ertrunken.
Polish fellow prisoners saved Obispo's life by having him taken off hard labor and put on the sick list.
Ich erinnere mich, dass der Hauptscharführer Klein Günther zu mir gekommen ist.
I remember a corporal coming to me and saying I was to go with him to inspect the sick prisoners. He picked out 20 or so prisoners, and about half an hour later I was told to go and collect them. I acted as interpreter because some of them were Polish. The 20 I took with me were mostly elderly, except for some who were still young and all very weak.
Gebracht habe, waren alle älter oder junge, aber schwach. Dann einer nach dem anderen.
They had to undress one after the other, and I, being the interpreter, had to tell them to stop counting. Then the corporal put a mask over their noses, and after a count of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they were unconscious. In the meantime, the corporal had opened a cupboard and taken out a syringe about this long and filled it with what I later heard was petrol.
Wahrscheinlich war das Benzin, habe ich später gehört. Die Spritze hat.
Then he counted their ribs and gave each prisoner the injection.
Und die Spritze reingespritzt. Nach ungefähr 10 Sekunden.
After about 10 seconds, he took the man's pulse, and he was dead.
Und der Mann war tot. Dann hat man.
Then the body was dragged out, and the next prisoner was brought in.
While the Nazis keep quiet about the suppression of the internal. The victim's gold teeth were extracted, collected, and processed. The bodies were incinerated in the crematoria. The unspeakable was committed behind closed doors. The SS prefers to murder in silence. Machine gun bursts are loud and could disconcert the local residents. The victims are tricked until the moment of their death. Panic is unseemly and untidy. The next of kin of victims from privileged nations are notified, and for a fee the ashes can be sent to them in an urn. All the bodies are burnt in this crematorium, individually at first, later up to 10 in a chamber. The prisoners who work as secretaries have to fill out the official death certificates with pedantic accuracy. The cause of death is purely fictional. The victim's organs. Each SS doctor is a specialist in a particular field, and no chance is missed to use people as guinea pigs. New drugs are tested. The manufacturers are generally aware of the experiments. There is no limit to the ingenuity of these programs. The camp prison, called the bunker. Here, lice are let loose on the inmates to try out antidotes. But the prison is mainly used to isolate inmates. The camp Gestapo tries to force confessions out of them. Half dead and beaten to pulp, they are kept under lock and key. Many end their lives here. The other cell walls are covered, starved to death. Every prisoner who is herded into this block knows he faces the same appalling end as his comrades before him. Witnesses are a potential embarrassment. Nevertheless, a few Russians survive. One of them, Mikhail Rybchinsky, visits Mauthausen in 1986.
20-й блок направлялись заключенные, которые не подчинялись порядкам фашистов и пропаганды эсэсовцев. Я в этом блоке находился с первых чисел декабря до побега. Нас гоняли.
Block 20 was for prisoners who refused to obey the orders of the fascists and answered back. I was interned in this block from early December 1944 until February 2nd, 1945. Whatever the weather, we were forced to be outside. From 5 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the evening, we were out.
Those who recalled the horror of Mauthausen so that this film could be made.
Latin Appell is to the name of the day, Mirabelle. Well, in the German language, we got many words from the Latin language, and mirare means beautiful and admire and your back. Ever before a smiling lion? Wait,
Is it like house of horses? We have to do it now. She was saying, what are you doing? She was saying,
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
So he built all around the old and the new city walls to protect the city. Here, we have such part here, which was a part of the wall, of the protection wall. You can see it also on this side. All these walls are from the 30 years wall. So, let's leave here again and let's go back.
Get on that shoulder real quick. They can excited a lot. No. I want to get a picture of this whole place.
it's a long one.
Oh, baby. Oh my god!
I have to go right. Right? No, left.